Our quest for the best first-person shooter of the year continues, and next up we have Far Cry 4. Ubisoft's latest adventure takes us away from the crystal clear waters of the previous game and throws us into the mountainous area of Kyrat. It's filled with guns, weapons, drugs, and plenty of animals, and death is literally around every corner. The only question is, have they made enough changes to make it feel like a fully fledged sequel instead of Far Cry 3.5? I guess you're gonna have to wait and find out.
Oh my god, I gotta tell you, this is close to thrill.
Maybe now we can finally shoot some goddamn guns.
One of the things I liked most about Far Cry 4 was its straightforward and simple story. You play a man named Ajay Ghali, and all you are basically doing is traveling back to your homeland of Kyrat to spread your mother's ashes. Plain and simple. However, when you get there, shit goes a little pear and you get caught up in a civil war, all instigated by a warlord named Pagan Min.
Help. A text for help. You don't text for help, you cry for help.
Pagan Min is simply insane, and he gives you more than enough incentive to plow through Kyrat just to see what crazy antics he has up his sleeves next.
There we are. Awesome.
The Far Cry games are made special by the fact that you can basically explore, go wherever you want, and do whatever you want, and Far Cry 4 is no different. There's lots of new vertical traversal introduced, as well as a cool gyrocopter, and an amazingly fun co-op mode. The animals in Far Cry 4 are stupidly overly aggressive. However, this can be used to your advantage because you can bait them and lure them in with pieces of meat, or simply just unleash them from their cages and just enjoy the show, so to speak. I can't help but wonder what real life would be like if the animals in real life were as aggressive as the ones in Far Cry 4. Everyday life would probably go a little something like this. Far Cry 4 is beautiful in terms of its visual aesthetics. It manages to maintain a massive open world but increase the detail higher than ever seen before. Explosions feel powerful and rock the world around you, and gun battles feel intense. It all comes together to create a very believable world, albeit an extremely dangerous one. But Far Cry 4 manages to achieve new heights in terms of its visuals. Without spoiling too much, you can actually finish Far Cry 4 in about 15-20 minutes, or you can finish it in about 15-20 hours. I won't go into too much detail about the secret ending, but what I will say is patience is a virtue. But secret ending aside, there's plenty to do in Kyrat. Plenty of side quests, plenty of outposts to liberate, and once you've done that, you can still jump online with a friend to do the co-op missions, which are tons of fun as well. It seems every single game is jumping on the co-op bandwagon, and this is good news because I'm an absolute massive fan of co-op. Far Cry 4's co-op is no different, and it's highly polished. All the unlocks you unlock during co-op and XP you take over to the single player experience. So even if you're playing with a friend, you're kind of progressing your single player campaign at the same time. It would have maybe been a little bit better if you could tackle the main campaign with a friend like you do in, say, Halo. So hopefully they add this in Far Cry 5. But the standalone missions in co-op are still tons of fun. At the end of the day, you're going to lose quite a few hours in Kyrat, and they will be hours well spent. When I first started playing Far Cry 4, I was worried that the game was more like a Far Cry 3.5 than a fully fledged sequel. But after a few hours were gone, I realized that Ubisoft have pulled out the big guns to make an enormous open world experience. I can easily say that this is the best Far Cry to date, and if you love the other ones, especially 3, you're in for more of the same, just better. So what are you waiting for? Pick up the guns and get shooting!
I have cleared my calendar for you. You and I are gonna tear shit up!
Should I stay or should I go?
Unity released to a wave of backlash from fans and critics alike, and from what the internet was saying, I was expecting my experience to go a little something like this. But just goes to show you cannot believe everything you read.